Hey there everyone, and welcome to the complete tutorial where we teach you how you can create a complete, fully responsive multi-page e-commerce website using HTML, CSS and JavaScript from scratch. This is the second part. In part 1 of this course, we have just created the navigation bar section, the hero section, the feature section, as well as our popular product section right here. Now, in this video, we are going to create the website banner section, the newly arrival product section, the banner section, the newsletter section, and also the footer section of this website. Not only this, we are going to make this web page responsible for any device using a modern technology like Flexbox and Media Query. If this sounds interesting, welcome. If you didn't see the first section of this course, please go ahead and watch the video till the end. I put the video link inside this video description. If this sounds interesting, what are you waiting for? Sit on your comfort zone, take a cup of coffee, and then enjoy the show. This is a complete consecutive course that enables to teach you exactly how you can master HTML, CSS, and JavaScript by building such type of fully responsive multi-page e-commerce website from scratch. Having said that, now let's jump right into the design part. Enjoy the show. Here we have the website banner section right here. We have a text. We have another text, and here we have strong call to action button. Get started with a beautiful hover over effect, and also here we have a nice background image. So to create this banner section, first let me divide my computer screen into two parts right here, and here we have the banner section. And then as always right here we are going to create a section element having a class name. Let me say banner section. Inside this section element, we are going to create another div element having a class name. Let me say banner. Banner. Inside this, we need to have an h3 element right here. Yes, here we have an h3 element. Copy this text right here and come over here and paste right here. Then copy this text right here. Here is an h3 element instead of h3 element, here will be an h4 element right here. And then instead of h1 element, this should be an h2 element right here. That's good. Yes, of course, it should be an h3 element. Yes, it's it. So get 50% off flash sale, and then here we have the call to action button and get started. Get started. Get started right here, and now let me add a reusable class name. Let's say we have a reusable class name button right here. So now let me open this with live server right here. Here we have, right? All right, here is it. So now what we are going to do is, then we are going to add background image, as well as we are going to style this text right here. So to add a background image, what we are going to do is we are going to use this class selector banner section. So using this class selector right here, banner section, let me add a background image just like this one. So here we have banner section class selector, and then we're going to use a background image having linear gradient right here. So background image having linear gradient. Here we have RGB color code right here, and here we have the image the image URL, which is found inside the image folder. Inside this image folder, we have inside blog folder. Inside this blog folder, we have blogs. Here we have the image. Take a look. Here is the image. So now, when I save the web page right here, when I save this HTML document right here, take a look. You see? Awesome. So now we're going to add some property value pair for this right here. So background size cover, background position, center, and also background repeat, no repeat, height for this, image 30, view portrait, display flex, align item center. We're going to make the text at the center, right? And justify content center, and then flex direction to the column and text align center, and gap in between this text should be 1 rem, and the color of this text should be white, and text transform capitalized. So when I save and refresh the web page, take a look. Here we have, right? Here we have the text right here. And now let me style this text in different way. So to style this text in different way, what we are going to do is we are going to use this H3 class element selector and add some property value pair just like this one. So here we have font size 2.5 frame and text shadow. I don't need this text shadow right here. It's not necessary, right? And then again, we're going to style this text, which is found inside this in different way. 50% off in different way. The text color in different way. And then to do this, here we have color and we have shadow color. I don't want this. And then when I save the web page, take a look. You see? Awesome, right? So now here we have get started button, and here we have the text right here. Let's take a look. The original website right here. Yes, that's awesome, right? Alright, so now we are going to create this new arrival product section. As you can see here, this new arrival product section is the same as our popular product section. Everything is similar, right? Except the product type and also this text. So the CSS part and also the HTML part is the same. So to create this new arrival product section, what we are going to do is we are going to copy this popular product section right here. Yes. Simply first, let me collapse this. Collapse this banner section. And then what we are going to do is simply copy this and then come over here for this new arrival product section and paste right here. Simply we are going to change this, the header element right here, newly arrival products right here, and summer collection new product with modern design right here. Everything is similar, and simply we are going to change the product name and also the product price. After that, when I save and refresh the web page, take a look, the website right here. Alright, you see? That's cool. Now, let me style this text right here. Here we have the reusable section heading. We are going to add this class name and we are going to increase the font size just like this one. Yes. And we are going to add this class name for this panel element and take a look what will happen. Section subheading, right? Oh, section heading right here. And now let me add font size for this. Font size, let me say 2.5 rem. And yes, so when I save, now here we have, and also over here, instead of here we have span element right here, and also for this product section, instead of saying an H5 element, it should be, let's say, span element right here. That's good, right? Save again, take a look. Awesome, right? Yes. Now let me decrease the font size again. It is very large. Yes. So now Take a look, right? Here we have, yes. Now we are going to create this, the lower website banner section. Here we have the lower website banner section right here. You see, having a beautiful hovering effect with smooth transition. Alright, so now to create the website, the lower banner section for this website, what we are going to do is, first let me collapse this. So over here, what we are going to do is, as always, we are going to create a section element having a class name. Let's say lower banner section. Over here, we need to have different image right here. Let me paste over here. Here we have a div element having a class name banner image. So we have banner image inside this div element having a class name banner image. We have an image element, image element right here. You see, this image is found, like I said before, this image is found inside the image folder. Here is the image folder. Inside this image folder, we have banner 1 and banner 2 image right here. Here we have banner 1. Take a look. Here is it. So now we have 4 images right here. Now let me style this using this class selector lower banner section. Let me add some property value pair right here. So lower banner section, first before lower banner section, display flex, align item center, justify content space between, flex wrap gap will be 1 rem, and margin to the top 2 rem, and background color here we have, and box shadow here we have again. Save, and then take a look. Let me save again. Yep. Open this with the live server. And then here we have the website banner image right here. Now again, using this class selector banner image, let me add some property value pair. For this, flex 1 search percent at cursor pointer right here. You see? And transition, we need to add a smooth transition while we hover the mouse, right? Take a look. Let me show you in full screen. Using this class selector right here, banner image, and image element selector, let me add some property value here. Take a look with for the image 100%, height 300 pixel, object fit cover, and we have just added the box shadow for the image right here and border radius. So when I save, take a look. Here we have the image right here. Awesome. So now what we are going to do is we are going to add a hovering effect, right? So while we hover over this image, this transform origin bottom right here and transform scale in the y direction 1.1. After that, when I save, take a look. You see? Awesome. Yes. Here we have a nice banner section of this web page. Now we have just completed the website banner section, the lower website banner section right here. Alright everyone, so now we are going to create the newsletter section of this e-commerce website. Take a look. As you can see here, we have header text and we have paragraph text right here, and then we have a beautiful input field, email entry field, and a nice submit button with beautiful hover over effect. And we have a nice background image having linear gradient. Having said that, now let's jump right into the design part. So as always, what we are going to do is we are going to create a section element right here. Section having a class name, let's say newsletter section. Inside this section element, we are going to create a div element having a class name, let's say newsletter. Take a look. You see, here we have newsletter and we have an H3 element right here. Subscribe our newsletter, and we need to have a paragraph element, and then we need to have a form field right here. We have input email entry field. Please enter your email, and we have a submit button. Just like this one, subscribe, or yes, that's it. So this is the HTML part. When I save and open with live server right here, and then take a look. Here we have the newsletter section. So now let's jump right into to style this. Yes, first what we are going to do is we are going to add a background image. Let me divide my computer screen into two parts right here, and in order to add the background image right here, using this class selector newsletter section, copy this, and then come over here and paste right here. Yes, after that, what I would like to do is I'm just going to find this background image right here. Copy this property value pair for the banner section and come over here and then paste right here. Yes. So as you can see here, we have a background image having linear gradient and background size cover right here. And background position center, background repeat, no repeat, and height 30, view portrait, display, flex, align item center. We are going to make the text at the center, and also flex direction, column and text align center. Gap in between this text should be 1 rem, and color for the text right here. Text transform capitalized. So when I save and refresh the web page, take a look. Here we have. Now let me style this H3 element right here, the text which is found inside this H3 element. So using this element selector H3, we have font size 2.5 rem. Remove this text transform is not necessary, right? Take a look. Here we have subscribe our newsletter, right? And now let me style this form element right here. To style this form element right here, we have a class selector, newsletter, and form, display, flex, align item center, and justify content center, and also margin to the top, 1 rem. Take a look. Here we have. After that, what I would like to do is I'm just going to style this input element right here. So to style this input element, like I said before, we have a newsletter class selector, and we have form element and input right here, and padding 1 rem and border none. So when I save again, take a look. Here we have. You see? Awesome. So now let me style this email entry field. The email entry field right here using this email. Yep. Take a look. So here we have type, input type. The type will be email. So width 20 rem and border top left radius 10 pixel, border bottom left radius 10 pixel. Save again. Awesome, right? Yes. And then what I would like to do is I'm just going to style this input, which is the submit button or subscribe button right here. So now here we have type submit, and we have background color right here, primary color, the text color right here, cursor pointer, since it is equal to action button, and we need to add a smooth transition 0.3 second is, and border top right radius 10 pixel, right? border top right radius, and border bottom left right radius, again 10 pixel, and text transform should be capitalized. So when I save and refresh the web page, take a look. Here we have a nice call to action button. So now what I would like to do is I'm just going to add a hover over effect over this subscribe button. So to add this, what I would like to do is I'm just going to add a pseudo class selector hover, right? And from here, what I would like to do is I'm just going to change the background color right here. So we have this color right here. So when I hover the mouse, take a look. You see? All right, everyone. So I have just completed the newsletter section. Now let's jump right into to create the footer section of this e-commerce website. As you can see here, this footer section have divided into four parts. We have about us, our location, quick links, newsletter right here. So now we have different links right here. Take a look. And we have different social media links right here. So to create this footer section, like I said before, what I would like to do is we're going to create a section element. Oh, it's better to say footer element right here. Footer and have a class name. Let's say footer section. Inside this footer element, we need to have four div elements having the same class name. Let's say box times 4. Yes, here we have. Here is the first container, here is the second container, and the fourth, and then the last container right here. Take a look. So now I'm not going to waste your time. I simply add each HTML code offline right here. Take a look. You see, here we have. As you can see here, we have the about us. We have just added this icons right here. As you can see here, we have just added different icons. These icons is found from fontawesome.com. In order to find these icons, simply head over fontawesome.com and find any icons that you interested in. As you can see from my computer screen, here we have different icons, and also here we have just added different social media links right here. Having said that, take a look. You see, here is another development have a class name box, and also here we have another development right here having similar class name box, and here we have another development having the same class name box, and also the last development having the same class name is box. Here is the HTML part. Now when I save it and take a look, here we have the HTML part. Having said that, now let's jump right into to style this footer section. As always, what we are going to do is we are going to use this class selector right here, footer section, and now let me add some property value pair. First, let me divide my computer screen into two parts in order to observe in a better way, right? So here we have footer section right here, and what I would like to do is I'm just going to change the background color right here to, for the time being, it's not necessary, right? This is not necessary. I don't want this. I simply add this right here. Take a look. Display, flex, justify content, space between, and flex wrap, gap between these two, box 1.5 rim, and border bottom 1 pixel, solid having such color, and margin bottom to rim, padding bottom to rim, padding to the left 1 rim, and having a box shadow right here. So save again, take a look. Here we have, here is it. You see? Awesome, right? And now, let me style this box element, the width of this box element right here in different way. Take a look. We have 4 boxes having the same class name box right here. So using this class selector, let me add some property value pair. We have flex basis, theonym, and flex 11 theonym right here. So when I save, first it's better to remove this. This class name is not necessary, right? Yes. So when I save, and here we have, right? Take a look. Each box have 20 rim flex bases, right? After that, what I would like to do is I'm just going to style the text which is found inside this H3 element right here. Here we have. So using this element selector, let me add some property value pair. So here we have the text right here, font size 1.5 rem, padding 1 rem from top and bottom, and 0 from left and right, having a text transform capitalized and color here we have. So when I save again, yep, this class name is not necessary, right? Yes, take a look. Here we have an H3 element right here. And now let me style the paragraph element, the text which is found inside this paragraph element right here. So using this element selector, let me add some property value pair. You see, here we have font size. I don't want this font size, not necessary, and padding from top and bottom 0.5 rem, and from left and right 0. Text transform capitalized, and font weight 350, and line height will be 1.5. Take a look. You see, this is better, right? So now let me style the text which is found inside this anchor element. Right? So using this anchor tag, I'm just going to add some property value pair right here. This should be footer, right? And now take a look, and color will be this right here. And here we have text transform padding 0.5 rem and 0 from left and right. Display block. So as you can see here, take a look. As you can see here, now what we are going to do is I'm just going to change the background color, right? So over here, background color, right here, let me use this color. Yep. No, I don't want, this is not color for this. Yes, this is the first section, is right here. Background color, let me say, let me use this color right here and take a look. You see, here we have the background. And now let me change this text color to white like this. Yes. So to do this over here, instead of this, what I would like to do is I'm just going to say 000, which is dark color, and then the text color should be right here, white color, right? Yes. After that, when I see, here we have, right? Here is it. So now what I would like to do is over here, let me add another property value pair. Let me style these icons. Let me change the icon color. To change the icon color, what we are going to do is we are going to use this element selector right here, right? Yes, here we have different icons right here. So here we have the icon color right here. I'm just going to use this color right here. So now when I save, before I remove this, it's not necessary, right? So when I save, here we have, here is it, right? So it's cool, right? So now what I would like to do is I'm just going to add a hover over effect. Hovering effect. So here we are going to use a pseudo class selector, and here we have, right? Beautiful hovering. Yes. Now again, what I would like to do is I'm just going to style these different social media icons in different way. So to style this, what I would like to do is I'm just going to use this class selector right here, share. Here we have. You see? So using this class selector, I'm just going to add some property value pair. Display, flex, margin to top, one rim, justify content will be flex start and align item center. So when I save, before that is not necessary, remove this. When I save, take a look. Here we have. After that, what I would like to do is I'm just going to style again using this anchor element selector. Take a look. Here we have a property value pair margin to the right, one rim with three rim and head also three rim, line head also three rim, and textile line center color we have just used it. We are going to use this primary color and font size 1.2 rim, which is 1.2 times the global font size, which is 60 pixel, and background will be transparent. And we are going to add a border, right? 1 pixel solid having this color right here. After that, when I save it, take a look. Here we are. Yes, awesome. Now, what I would like to do is I'm just going to add a beautiful hover over effect, right? So using this pseudo class selector with three rim is not necessary. Yes, with three rim and border radius 50 pixel. Yes, 50 pixel when I hover. Take a look. Awesome, right? Yes. Now, let me style this form container. As you can see here, the styling for this form container is found from newsletter section. You see, here we have the newsletter form, right? We have just added similar class name, right? You see, here we have newsletter and here we have input field. So now let me style this. Let me decrease the width for this form field. So to do this, what we are going to do is we are going to use this right here, form container, form section, footer section, and we have just used this form and align items. Flex start, justify content, flex start. This is not necessary. Remove this, and we are going simply we are going to set the width. Yes, here we have, right? Awesome. So now what we are going to do is I'm just going to add this copyright. So to do this over here, simply come over here and add a paragraph, and simply add a copyright text to 5. Let me save. Alright, reserved, copy this and come over here and paste right here. Alright, reserved. Yes. So now let me add a class name right here. Let me say class credit. Using this class selector credit right here, let me add some property value here. As you can see here, this is the HTML part enables to add these icons, these copyright icons to our web page, right? Yes. Here we have, right? Take a look. So now using this class selector, let me add some property value here. And border bottom 1 pixel solid having such color, text align center, padding 1 rem, font size 1 rem, and color white. Take a look right here. You see? Here we have. This is not going to be at the center, right? Why? Because as you can see here, here we have a development having here a box right here. This box should be embedded on a development having last name. Let's say development right here, and text right here. For this development, I'm just going to add a class name right here. So class name, let's say footer container, right? Footer container. So now from here, what I would like to do is I'm just going to change this footer section by the footer container class selector, right? Change this footer section by this footer container. So to do this over here, to change this simultaneously, what I would like to do is I'm just going to select this footer section right here, and on my computer keyboard, simply press Ctrl plus F. Take a look. And then when I click this, here we have replace by what? By footer container, right? And then replace all. Clicks here, as you can see here. Now, here we have. So when I save, take a look right here. And now, let me style, take a look. Yes. Now, what I would like to do is, using this class selector footer section, let me add background, right? Background image, background color right here. So footer section, and here we have background color, and here we have a text color. So now I'm just going to remove this. It's not necessary. So when I save and refresh, yep, here we have, right? All right, here we have. Now let me style the text which is found inside the span element right here. So here we have different textures right here, which is found inside this span element. Take a look, Cartify. And I'm just going to add this on span element, this text right here, and then save. And using this class selector and span element selector, we are going to change the text color right here. Yes, here we have text color. So when I save and refresh, take a look. Here is the website footer section. Alright everyone, so now we have just completed the homepage design part for this responsible e-commerce website. So now what I would like to do is I'm just going to make this web page responsible for any device using a modern technology like Flexbox. Having said that, now let's jump right in. Alright, so now to make this web page responsible, what I would like to do is I'm just going to use a modern technology like Media Query and Flexbox. So over here, what I would like to do is first we need to have a breakpoint, right? Here we have for larger screen, and here we have for a mobile screen, and here we have for a small mobile having a screen width 450 pixel and below, right? So now for this 760 pixel, for a device having a maximum width of 760 pixel and below, then make we need to make this navigation menu. Just take a look, just like this. I'm just going to hide this navigation menu for a screen having a maximum width of 760 pixel and below. So to do this, over here we have the style for this navigation menu right here. Navigation link, navigation menu, or navigation link. So copy this and then come over here for a device having a screen maximum width of 768 pixel. Copy this and now over here what I would like to do is I'm just going to make flex direction column. Here we have flex direction column right here. Here we have, and then position absolute right here. Here we have position absolute, and then top 100%. I'm just going to remove this left right here, and with 100%, and background here we have, and border top 1 pixel having such color. I don't want this, and so when I save, take a look. Yes, and what I would like to do is I'm just going to change this background to white color right here. Yes, here we have white color. So after that, remove this, is not necessary. Take a look. Here we have. And now let me decrease the width. Let's say 250 pixel. Yes, here we have. And now again, I'm just going to make this to the right position. So right, let's say right, let's say 100%. Yes, let's say it should be 0, right? Yes, here we have. Now let me increase the height of this navigation bar, navigation menu. Let's say height. It's better to say out of it, or it's better to say 100 viewport height instead of auto 100 viewport height, right? So take a look. Here we have the navigation menu right here. All right. So now our major aim is when I click this toggle menu right here, yes, we are going to display this navigation menu. To do this, first what I would like to do is I'm just going to show this toggle menu over here. Yes. So to do this, where is the toggle menu? The style for the toggle menu right here is, the style for the toggle menu is, here we have display to none. So copy this ID selector and then come over here and we need to change this display value from none to block. So let me show you. Here we have. And now again I'm just going to hide this search bar right here. So let's find the style for this search bar. Here we have a search bar. Take a look, where is the search bar? Using this ID selector right here, copy this ID selector and then come over here again and this ID selector right here and then display to none, right? You see? Here we have, right? Yes. Like I said before, our major aim is when I click this toggle menu right here, this should be displayed just like this one. Take a look. Here we have. You see? Awesome. Nice. So to do this, first over here, I'm just going to add an active class selector. Yes. Copy this and paste right here and remove this. It's not necessary. And then over here, we need to add an active class selector right here and right to 0. Yes. So over here, the right value, let's say the right value should be 100%. Let's say, take a look. Here we have. You see? So let's say, let me add box shadow again. To understand it better, let me add this active class selector to this navigation, this UL tag right here, active. So when I save, take a look. Here we have. You see? So our major aim is when I click this toggle menu, this active class selector should be added automatically. So to make this interactive, we're going to use JavaScript. So over here, first what I would like to do is I'm just going to access this link right here and this menu button right here. So first let me remove this active class selector and here we have. And then over here const, let me say menu btn and here we have menu btn right here, menu btn ID selector. Here we have an ID value for this toggle menu btn, and again we need to access this instead of navbar. It should be nav link. This should be nav links right here. This is right. Here we have links. Here we have class name links. When I click this toggle menu, this should be displayed. The active class to display it, the active class selector should be added over here, right? Just like this one. So when I say here we have. So I'm just going to add this active class selector using JavaScript. So to do this, what we are going to do is, here we have, when I click this menu button, we need to have add event class, add event listener, right? This add event listener takes two parameters. The first parameter is the event that is going to be triggered and also the function that when I click this event, it may be either click event or it may be a mouse over event, mouse hover event, or whatever you want. Then the second parameter will be the function to be executed, right? So as you can see here, we have a click event right here. When I click this menu button, then this function is going to be triggered, right? This function is going to be performed. When I trigger this toggle menu, when I click this toggle menu right here, this F5 times, which is a cross icon, should be added over here, and this active class selector active should be added over here automatically. So let me save right here, and when I click this, take a look. Here we go, right? Awesome. Here we go, right? That's it. You see, it's cool. So now let me remove this. Here we have. Yes, So I'm just going to remove this navigation menu while we scroll over here. So to do this, I'm just going to use another event right here, window scroll. Window dot on scroll. Here we have window dot on scroll right here. Here we have an arrow function right here. When I scroll, then this class list, this should be removed from here. This should be removed, right? And then again, we're going to remove this active from here, right? From this link right here. So let me save and observe the result. Let me show you. When I click this, yes, here we have. When I scroll, when I click this again, and when I scroll the window right here, take a look. Awesome, right? All right, everyone. So we have just completed this the navigation menu right here for a small screen. Yes. All right. So now let me style this feature section right here. Here we have the feature section, just like this one. So to make this feature section just like this one, what I would like to do is I'm just going to use this class selector right here. Here we have the feature section. Take a look, what is it? The styling for the feature section. Here we have, yes, here is it. So now let me add some property value here for this feature section. And over here we have grid template columns repeat 2. We need to have 2 rows. And feature box also flex 150 rem. And then when I save this, here we have. Now let me style this product section right here. Let me make this product section responsible for any device. So to do this, for the product section, here we have product box class selector right here. Here is it, product box. And now let me add some property right here. Let me decrease. Here we have product, container, and product box. And then flex 1150 rem. So when I save, take a look. Here we have. Here we have. You see? Awesome. Now let me style this footer section right here. Before that, to style this footer section, what I would like to do is I'm just going to decrease the width for this newsletter section. So for this newsletter, here we have form input and width should be 50 rem. So when I save, take a look. Here we have. You see? Awesome. Now this web page is responsible for a mobile device having a screen size of 760 pixel, 68 pixel and below. Now let me shrink this. Take a look. Look. And now let me inspect this and then let me select a mobile device right here. Let me say for Samsung right here. Now take a look. let me decrease this section, the size for this section heading right here. So to do this for section heading, the style for section heading right here, let's say here we have section heading right here. Take a look, here we have, copy this and paste right here. Now let me decrease the font size, margin font size to rim and remove this. It's not necessary. And remove again. And now let me decrease border margin bottom to 1.2 rim. Yes, and remove this. It's not necessary. And this is not necessary, right? And so now when I save and refresh the web page, inspect again. Here we have for Samsung device right here. You see? Here we have for a mobile device right here. Take a look. This is mobile responsive right here. You see? Good. Now for let me style this website banner section right here. So using this class selector, take a look, website banner section, where it is. Let me decrease the height for this image right here. Copy this again, copy this and website lower banner section and come over here and paste right here first. Remove this is not necessary, right? And also this is not also necessary, right? Yes. And now let me increase this flex to 40 and over here now let me decrease the height to 200 and remove the width right here and remove again. And this is not also necessary. So save and inspect again. And scroll to the bottom. Here we have a website banner section. Cool, right? Yes. All right. So now when I scroll, take a look. All right, as you can see here, now let me inspect this web page right here and inspect and make this responsiveness and for screen width having 760 pixel and below we have right here this is completely responsive. Take a look. For larger screen again, you see? Yes, here we have for a larger screen. Alright everyone, we have just completed the web page as well as we have just made this web page responsible for any device using a modern technology. In the next video, in part 2 of this course, we are going to create the shop page or the product page of this responsible multi-page e-commerce website. Here we have the shop page. Having said that, if you are new here, consider subscribing and press the notification bell icon since more incredible contents are on the way. Thank you for watching. I will see you in part 2 of this video.